Okay, so technically this is my first thrift haul of 2024. So here's the thing. It's not that I've stopped thrifting. It's just I like to go into a thrift store maybe once a week, peruse, find one or two things, the end. Going forward in 2024, I only want to thrift things that fall under these categories. Number one, things that I see potential in, okay? Something that, you know what, tomorrow I can wear it. Like I can go home, I can wash it, I can dry it, I can wear it the next day because I love it that much. I don't want to buy things that like, oh, well, it's not in season right now. I don't need it. Unless that one thing that is not in season is just the most beautiful, amazing thing that I've ever seen in my life, I'm not gonna buy it. Number two, I want to focus more on crafting things such as blankets and fabrics and notions and like all that kind of stuff. So, and then the other one, I only want to be thrifting things that are like super retro. Super retro. Things that like I've never seen this before, I can't buy it new. Like this object no longer exists in modern day. If I pass it up, I'm probably never gonna see it ever again. And I know you might be like, Michelle, where are you gonna put all this stuff? Eventually I will have a house, eventually, and that house will have to be filled with things. Those things are not gonna exist anymore. Someone's gonna buy them, they're gonna be thrown out. So if I collect them now, I'll have them for the future. That is how I see it. I also have a storage unit. Okay, that's where I usually put all the stuff that I don't wear for the season in there. So basically that's kind of a summary of where this year's gonna go. I'm not gonna thrift things just because I'm like, oh, I like this. But if it looks like something I already have, I can't keep thrifting things I don't need. I did do like, I went through my closet and I kind of did a decluttering, not on film because I know if I filmed it, it would take forever. So I just quickly did it one day. And I have so much stuff that I'm like, why did I thrift this? And I think a lot of times is because you can't really try stuff on. I'm like, oh, it will fit me. And then I bring it home like, oh, it kind of fits me, it's fine. And then when I'm ready to wear it, I put it on, I'm like, I don't like it at all. That's another thing, is that I'm gonna only thrift things that I know I'm gonna be comfortable in, and if I'm not comfortable in, I will return them. I'm looking at you, Value Village, because I can't try them on in your store anymore. So let's just get right into the thrifting portion of this video. Okay, usually I start off in the homeware section, but I didn't find anything, so I quickly made my way over to the men's section. Those two sweaters I did kind of like, but the quality of them was just too thin. Like it wasn't the thick old man sweater that that I'm drawn to. But I did pick up an old man sweater. Then I saw this amazing cardigan, and you know how much I love a busy, weird art teacher type of cardigan, and I did end up buying this one because it says golf on it, and I'm a sucker for golfing things even though I don't golf. I just loved it. Then I looked in the women's sweater section and I didn't have too much luck. I did see this one here, which was kind of cool. It looked very 80s, but honestly, I don't know why I didn't pick it up. I didn't pick it up. I think it was just a little bit too long. I like my sweaters like a tad cropped, like not modern day cropped, but not too long. Then I made my way over into the blanket section and the fabric section, which is my favorite section. This blanket caught my eye right away. It's crocheted, it's granny square, it's my favorite colors. I was just kind of looking at it and I'm like, do I want it? Do I just kind of want to make it? So I put it in my cart and I bought it. This art was interesting. I kind of wish I bought it. A few days later, me and my sister went thrifting together. This was like a small thrift store. I was just kind of looking at the coats, and I know I don't need any more coats, but you never know. I might find the one of my dreams, but I didn't, so that's okay. I don't need any more coats. This is the most unrelaxed image I've ever seen in my life. Then I saw this with the ducks. I was kind of tempted to buy it, but I just didn't. And then I looked in their towel section, and I actually found some pretty cool stuff in this part of the store. We've seen. Oh, this one looks angry. I like him. I know. How much are they? 2 for $1. Oh, I do like how chunky they are. Then we headed to the second thrift store of the day, also the last one. I saw this painting and it literally looks like that lady is on a phone or an iPad. I did see this jacket, which I thought was so cool, but there was like some stains on it, so I did leave it. And of course, you know, I went to the fabric section because again, one of the things that I want to do is start sewing, and so I want to find some really cool vintagey fabrics, whether it's a blanket, actual fabric, or a tablecloth. I will sew with it. Thing. It might look like there's a lot of stuff in here. It's a lot of blankets. You might be like, Michelle, do you need more blankets? But this thing, see this beautiful thing? Also, this is a hamburger cookie jar. I don't know where to put it, so it's there. This is a serger. Do you know why I bought a serger? I bought it to go with this thing, my sewing machine, because I want to make cute sweaters, cute jackets, cute things out of blankets. If you sew, then you know that this thing, your sewing machine, you can only fold something over so many times before you can't sew it anymore. And then if you want to like fold over to do the edges, you can do a zigzag stitch, but sometimes I just don't like what that looks like. And so I bought this baby, the serger. I know I keep pointing at things, but I bought this serger because if I decide to make some jackets and stuff out of material that frays, do a little pass through this, serges it up nicely, and there's no bulk. That is what I'm excited about. The stuff I bought in here is so that way I can actually use this and maybe make some sewing videos, because y'all do want sewing videos and I would like to make them. But anywho, I really want to start making my own clothes that are not crocheted. I have a lot of crocheted items. Maybe I should do some sewing. Let's get into this. This took place over 3 days. 3-4 days of shopping. Not like all in a row, but like, you know, I go to a store, I pick up like 2 things here, I pick up a few things here. Also, Value Village had a coupon that you could use 3 times over a weekend, and it was 30% off clothing and bedding, you know. Let's start with the clothing on the first thrifting day. About 2 weeks ago, I went to this particular Value Village and I found so many good old man sweaters, such as this one, okay? I saw it, I love it, I bought it. And there was a few other ones that I'm like, I don't really need it right now, but because I had that 30% off, I'm like, okay, I can now afford it. The one that I picked up that I wasn't too sure about, and then I realized I looked good in red after making my Valentine's Day vest video, I picked this one up here. Now this is giving very Nordic winter Christmas, and I love it. I love the red colors, and then even the back. Sometimes the back is just plain. They even have these nice little stripes there. The brand is Jonathan Bryan Sportswear. If a sweater has the word sportswear or men's department or anything like that, I will probably buy it because I know I'll love the fit of it, I know I'll love the quality, and I know it's vintage. So this was probably like from the 80s or the 90s. I love the fit of it. What's so funny is that I did see it like a week before I bought it in the store. I'm like, no, it's too Christmassy, it's too red, I don't need it. And then when I saw it again, I'm like, yeah, I kind of do want it, I kind of do need it. Like, I really like it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure those are snowflakes. It's fine. It's still winter. I can still wear it. I do like the tightness of the sleeves. That's always nice because sometimes I like to roll up my sleeves, but if it's too tight or if it's too loose, they'll just like slide down and it's just annoying. Whereas this, I think it's a really good fit. I'm really glad I did buy this one. Then I headed over to the ladies section. Here's the thing. I have never played golf in my life. I've played some mini putt, that's it. And yet I am drawn to these golfing cardigans and sweaters. This is my second golfing cardigan, and I think I have 3 or 4 or 5 golfing sweaters for some reason. Before, I always was like, I don't look good in blue, I don't want to wear blue. And then I realized that maybe I do look good in blue and maybe I should be wearing blue. The brand is called Signature by Northern Isles, and it is knitted by hand. This is hand knit. The amount of effort and time that someone put into this is astounding. So when I saw the hand knit, I'm like, I need to give it a good home and I will wear this. I didn't even notice that. The buttons look like little golf balls, little shiny golf balls, but looks like a little golf ball. Okay, I like the fit of it. I wasn't too sure at one point. I'm like, is it a little bit too small? Did I buy it too small? But no, I think it actually looks pretty good. Look how cute this is. And the little golf ball buttons, such a good touch. It actually does say golf. right there. And then it has like all the little golfing things. It has little golfing tees. It even has like the golfing kind of plaid, which is funny. Is there anything on the back? Nothing on the back. I think it is adorable. The last piece of clothing, because I didn't do a lot of clothes shopping, because I don't need a lot of clothes. Okay, I am maturing in the fact that I don't need every single cute item of clothing I see. But I did find one more cute one, so. I mean, you're not gonna blame me when you see it. How about this? It has unicorns on it, hearts, flowers, and then on the back, it has even more unicorns on it. Look at this. Okay. Brand is gone. It's gone. Can you blame me for buying a sweater that has unicorns on it? All right. This, you could even call it a unicorn of a sweater, right? It's very rare. I'm surprised I even found it. So like this is something very 80s, and you know how much I love the 80s. I think the bottom had more elasticity at one point, but it's kind of baggy now. I could always like do like little tuck in kind of thing. We got the 2 unicorns in the front, and there's even some unicorns on the sleeves, which I think is quite amazing. I do actually like the blue color. I think it looks really cute, and I do like the fit. Even though the bottom, because the elastic is gone, it is thin enough that if I tuck it into my pants, it's not going to be uncomfortable and not going to be bulky. So I do like that about this sweater. That was it for clothing. So let's get into the blankets that I found. The first blanket I bought, I looked at it, I took a photo of it, and I'm just like, I couldn't make it. But then I'm just like, but somebody else made it, and somebody took that time to make it, and it just ended up in a thrift store. I should buy it so I don't feel bad for it, but also I absolutely love it. I thrifted this beautiful granny square blanket with these amazing colors. This reminds me of your grandma's velvet couch from the 80s. So when I saw this, I'm like, I need it because I unfortunately cannot have couches and sofas and stuff up here that I would like to have one day. One day I will. But this is the closest I'm gonna get to it because of the color scheme. Like this looks like that couch. I don't know, the second I saw it, that couch just went right through my head. And growing up having a couch and a matching chair in the basement, which are sadly gone, and I'm very disappointed, I had to pick it up. And then part of me was like, oh, what if I cut it up and make it into a sweater? I'm actually not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do it because I will actually get more use of this as a blanket than I would if I made it into a cardigan, because I did make one. It's somewhere, I used it for reference. It was this one. This used to be a blanket and I made it into this amazing cardigan, which I really do like. I could technically cut this up and make it into this, but I already have one, so I don't need to have 2. And it's in such great condition and it's so gigantic. Like if this was a smaller blanket, then I probably would cut it up and make it into a cardigan, but because this will fit my bed, I'm gonna leave it because it's so beautiful. I am gonna wash it, so don't worry about that. But these are the colors that I just absolutely love, and the way that it looks like it's been used and worn, it's definitely not anything new. It's probably from the 80s or the 70s. Now I do notice at the very moment there is a little bit of something funky happening there. So I do need to go over it and just make sure that everything is tied off and knotted before I put this in the washing machine. So I'm glad I looked at that before I did that. Bought another blanket. Now, this one here, I am actually eventually going to cut up and make it into a jacket. And that is this here. Now, before anybody freaks out and be like, Michelle, that's a beautiful quilt. Somebody took the time to make it. It's not a quilt. It is just a piece of fabric with this kind of scratchy lining on the back, and then you can see it being sewn there. So this is just a bed covering, okay? So don't think someone's grandma spent countless hours making it, and maybe they did, but they didn't actually do any of the patchwork. It's literally 2 pieces of fabric, or maybe 4, like, I mean, like, you know, or 6, like 1 piece, 2 pieces, you know where I'm going with it, okay? Just looking at it, it definitely feels like store-bought. It's a blanket probably from the 80s that came with like a matching set. And I would love the matching set with like the sheets and the duvet cover if they had one, some pillowcases. Absolutely would have loved all of that. I think this would make a really cute coat. So that's why I said this thing, it'd be so much easier to sew. I just have to find a pattern. I also have to get a new printer because my printer, I put new black ink in it like 6 months ago, and then I rarely used it. And then when I went to go use it, black ink is not coming out. And I tried to clean the ink thing, and I tried to clean the whole thing, and it's just not working. So I need to get a new printer so I can print out pattern pieces. Okay, that's where the rant is going. So that was everything from that store. And then me and my sister did go to another, well, I went to that store by myself. Me and my sister went to this other store on Wednesday, or why did I say Wednesday? Because today is Wednesday. Saturday. I bought some really cute hand towels. I love these hand towels, and they're in pretty good condition. They're all $3 each, which, you know, what are you gonna do? I don't mind if like a locally community-owned thrift store charges a little bit more, because then I know the money's going back into the community. This is the first towel. Look at how beautiful this is. These towels, I don't know if I want to keep them as towels for my future home, or I want to make it into like a sweater or a jacket, because like I've seen people where they take like this and they'll make it like just a front panel. So I got this one here. I love these towels. Do you think I could go into a Walmart and find something like this? No. And then I found these two. They're a matching set. Look at how gorgeous these are. They're so beautiful. I feel like they're like a towel, but they also could be like a floor mat, like a bath mat. I don't know. I got two of them. They're just so beautiful. I could also make this into a jacket. And then my sister showed me them and I saw them and I kind of had to buy them because they're so cute. They're the sassy ducks. They're these little sassy ducks. And they look like my cat Totoro because they're so chunky. And they were 2 for $1. And they look like they're hand painted. And they're just so cute. Like, look at their faces. Okay, that was an impulse buy that I shouldn't be doing, but also like cute little baby ducks as figurines. Yes. Then we actually did go to one more Value Village, and this one I usually find like a lot more stuff, but I think the last 6 months, it's kind of been like a dud. But I did find one thing. I was able to use my coupon on this because it is fabric. Look at how gorgeous this fabric is. Again, I can't go into a fabric land and be like, hey, can I have this fabric? They're gonna say no, because it doesn't exist anymore. So you see the theme of what my 2024 thrifting is gonna be like? I'm buying things that just, they don't make anymore. Smelling it, it smells like an old person's house, but I love that. So, you know. I don't know what I want to make with it yet. I gotta think about it. It's actual upholstery fabric. Wow, I actually said upholstery right. No, I can't say it. Could like cover a chair or like a bench or a stool or something, because it is that durable material. And I do have a chair that's over there that is kind of falling apart. I sat on it the other day and then I kind of like moved weird and then I heard something crack inside of it, and I think it might have been a spring breaking because it's an old vintage chair. So maybe I'll just redo the whole thing and use this fabric. And now I do have one last item to show you, and I thrifted it actually like a week ago, but I'm just gonna show it to you, or maybe 2 weeks ago. But I'm gonna show it to you because it is in the fabric realm. I thrifted this blanket, and I think once you see it, you'll be like, that makes sense. Okay, there's birds. I'm pretty sure they're pheasants. But this blanket here, I want to make into a jacket. This is the perfect blanket to make into a jacket. Well, this piece here would be the back piece, and then I have all of this for like the arms and like the front panels and everything. So I would love to make it. And I did actually make a sweater 2 years ago. Wow. And I didn't have the serger. I used this, and it was just so chunky and bulky, and it was just so awkward to like sew. But then this, I just need to cut the pieces out, put it through this fancy thing, and everything will be okay. And there will be no loose ends because everything will be tucked away nicely within the serged edges. I bought blankets in the past. I bought that beautiful loom one that I'm like, I'm gonna make this into a jacket. And I'm like, no, I can't cut it up. It's too beautiful. And then I bought this other one with some books on it. I'm like, oh, this is perfect. And then I realized there was a duck and there was a cat on it. I'm like, I can't cut this up either. This one, I do not feel bad if I cut it up because I will get so much more use of it if it is a jacket, because I want to make my own clothes. I need to start doing that sooner than later. So yeah, I picked that up. That does it for this video. If you're new to my channel and you like sewing, thrifting, crafting, crocheting, all that other jazz, why not hit the subscribe button? You can follow me on my Instagram, my TikTok, and of course my Patreon. I think that's it. So y'all have a good day now.